Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you for visiting my channel today. Welcome back. And I wanted to get right into this master board that I had made last month. And I said, no, I made this 2 months ago, sorry. And I said when I made it, I couldn't cut it up. And then I wanted to make it into a journal cover. So that's what we're going to attempt today. The making of the masterboard journal. I have some papers together to go inside it. And then I have this craft paper that I'm wanting to put on the inside. So line the inside. Because, you know, you've got the glue residue and things like that off of the piece of cardstock that I had as the base of this masterboard. So I want to put this craft cardstock on the inside, glue it down, and then I want to sew around all of the edges before I start decorating anything or putting in a signature. Okay, so on this piece of craft cardstock, this is just really thin, like Michael's brand cardstock. And I think I want to go ahead and ink edges of it. And then if I need to trim it down after I get it on there, I can. I've had quite a few of you wanting to know when you're going to make the masterboard journal. I want send me a notification when you make the masterboard journal. It's just been so much going on. I haven't been able to get to it until now, but I am very excited about this. I've never made a journal cover out of masterboard. Usually my journal covers are either chipboard with, you know, some kind of decoration on it, or cardstock and fabric and, you know, things like that. So I was a little anxious as far as the masterboard goes, because I want everything to stick together and not come up on that. But we shall see. If we have any problems, I still have Collage polish, so I can glue it all down again if needed. All right, so I've inked the edges of that, and then that's going to be on the inside. And I think I will put it down with score tape and liquid glue. This is Barely Arts, and then I've got some... Oh, I just got barely a little bit of 5/8. Let me see here. Got some 3/8. I barely got any of that too. Note to self: when you go to the shop, get yourself some 5/8 and 3/8 score tape. Oh man, that was Vintage Photo Oxide that I inked the edges with. I'll probably be making some kind of pocket on the front and back. I just don't know exactly what kind yet. But I do want to do a little bit of decorating on that. I guess let's go ahead and get it glued down and get it sewn all around. And then after we get it sewn, we'll see what kind of areas we've got to decorate. So I'm just going to score tape all the way across the bottom and top. And this is the 5/8. Well, I say I will. Let's see if we've got enough to go. Oh, I think it is exactly enough all the way to that edge. And we're done. Yep. That was crazy. All right, let's take that little piece off. Get my sticky scissors. Okay, and then the 3/8. Let's see how much of this I have left to go on. There on that edge, I had a little bitty piece there. Okay. All right, we still got maybe a couple of more rounds, so I'll go here at the top, up, and that's it. All right, I'll go through the middle here at the bottom, and then I'll put on just some 1/4 inch just here and here, and then I'll do liquid glue the rest of the way, I guess. Would have been nice to have some more score tape, but that's okay. It's all gonna work out. All right, and then I will get my stylus here and start taking off score tape back. All right, and then anywhere I see a little spot that may need a little extra attention, where the score tape was not, I'm just putting that down. And then going across the middle really well. And then right at the edges, just to make sure we've got glue everywhere. And then turn it over. Line it up at the bottom to the sides and bottom. And we should have it all lined up elsewhere. Almost. It went astray here, but I'm not going to cut off the front of my masterboard because of it, but I am going to trim off where it went off on this side. Whoop. There we go. And then top and bottom. See a little bit of overhang here. Just trim that off, and then go back in with my Vintage Photo Oxide. And then I'm just going to go heavy, heavy, heavy with it right there to cover up the white of that where it come off the edge. Not worried about that at all. Taking one of Mom's sayings, and I'm just not going to worry about that right there. Okay, and then we're going to fold it over and get our corners to meet. And it is quite thick, so it's going to take a little bit of effort to get that done. There and there, and get my bone folder and press down, and try not to press so hard that I make something come up off of the masterboard. I'm going to flip it over. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so there is our cover thus far. And now I'm going to do some inking on the spine here. Okay, and I think I will go ahead and sew around the edges, and I'll be right back. Well, that was a big fat lesson learned. My sewing machine does not like that thick of a product to sew. So that was a big fat disaster. And look, you get to see it. Look how disastrous that is. Look, my thread broke twice while doing it. And I even loosened up the stitching, and it still broke. So I'll be covering up most of this on the inside because that's just podunk ugly. I know you can tell the disappointment in my voice, but oh well. All right, and then I have a little piece here that's trying to come up on me, so I'm gonna put some glue right there and get my little spatula and lay that down and hope that that will play nice and stay down. All right, so for my signature, for the pages, I usually do around 22 pages in a signature. And each page I fold individually, and then I put it in the stack of pages where I want it. So I've got tea stain paper, then a piece of book page, ink stain paper, more tea stain. Then I have a piece of ledger paper, a doily, a book page, ink stain, tea stain notebook paper, and then another piece of ledger paper, another piece of tea stained book page. Here's more of that ink stained paper, another doily, tea stained notebook, ink stained, and then I have this little book page here that I want in the middle of my signature, and I've folded it up on the top, on the bottom, and I'm going to make a little double pocket, and that's going to be the middle of my signature, and it will have the thread bow there in the middle too, with 2 pockets. With this one though, I said that I usually like to put around 22 pages in a signature. With this one, since the cover is pretty thin and, you know, doesn't have any chipboard in it, I am only doing about 16 pages in this signature, and I'm not counting the doilies as pages. I want to put this last one in, and I'm thinking in between, yep, I'm thinking right here. I just like to go through and make sure that I'm not, I mean, all consistent. I don't want everything matchy-matchy and consistent, but I also want to have variety through my signature too. So with this journal, this is, the cover is 8.5 by 11. So these pages are the same size. When you put them inside of a cover, okay, so they're the exact same height. So we're good there. But then, of course, once you start adding pages to a signature, the middles start popping out. So I want to go ahead and get my trimmer, and I want to cut off about 1/4 inch off of each full-size page. Now, like the book page, I'm not going to cut those off. But these regular sheets, I want to cut about 1/4 inch off. And I'm going to start in the middle. So there's our middle. I'm going to lay it to the side here because I don't need to cut that one. And then I'm going to get my trimmer. And I'm just going to put my, because I've already got it in the order I want it. So I'm just going to put my signature off to the side. There's the middle of it, I am going to cut off 1/4 of an inch. So I think it's going to be easier, and I know that this other one, you can't see all of it on screen, but I will try to turn it a little sideways so you can. It's just going to be easier for me. I haven't had that other trimmer long. And you know, you would think that, you know, math is math, but for me, I'm just so familiar with this trimmer. It's so much easier to cut with this trimmer. Okay, so that's 1 inch, that's 3/4, that's half. There's my 1/4 inch mark right there. So I'm just lining it up. And trimming that off, and gracious, that sounded horrible, didn't it? And then I'm good if it has a, oh, I like that. I'm good with that. You know, this is a junk journal, so I'm good with some crazy rubbish looking edges. That's fine with me. All right, back up. I guess the easier way, Melina, you dorkwad, would be to put it over to the 1/4 inch line right there and cut it, wouldn't it? Y'all, just scream at me next time. Y'all do it. Just scream. A brand new blade. This trimmer, I guess, just does not like dyed paper. And I'm going to get some nice crunchy edges to these pages, and I am good with that. So, I'm gonna speed it up a little, as they say on that episode of I Love Lucy, and get all of these little 1/4 inches cut off, and I will be right back. All right, monstrosity of a trimmer is out of the way now. And we are going to look and make sure, yes, I just need to get those straight, and this will be good. Because if you're looking straight on, you do not see the pages on the inside. That is great. So let's look through these. I'll move that up some. Make sure that we've got, excuse me, the order that we want through here. It should be the same as before. Something might have gotten turned upside down or something, but other than that, we should be pretty much the same as before. Okay, this needs to go up a little bit. Okay, we are good, and then we need to straighten these up, and then make sure of our top, which is that. Good. Yes, that works. Good, good, good. I like that. All right, before we do anything to the inside, I'm going to clip this just so we're not ready to put the signature in, but I want to clip that just to keep everything in place how I want it. Okay, so for the inside, we are going to do something here and here, make some type of pockets of some kind. And I'm thinking that I want to collage a little bit on the inside, since we have this yeek going on now from these stitches. I'm going to run over these and kind of flatten them out some with my bone folder. And then we're going to do some collaging over the top of that to get rid of that mess. I'm not too concerned about the threads because that's just going to give it more of a junk journal-y look. So I'm good with that. To go around here and straighten out some of this kind of collage over it. For the closure, I'm going to set an eyelet in the front and an eyelet in the back, and then tie some kind of fabric or something through each of the eyelets and have a bow closure in the middle. So we could go ahead and collage whatever we're wanting to here in the middles, and we could come back and do different kind of collaging too after that. But we could go ahead and do whatever collaging we're wanting to in the middle, and then set our eyelets for the cover, and then that way whatever pockets we add to the inside, we can already have that hole there, so we know what we can add and what size we can add on the inside. So let's think about what we want to collage on the inside here. I'm thinking maybe a couple of postcards with maybe that at the bottom. I like that. Let's go ahead and cut that out. This one toward the bottom on that side, this one in the middle there, and do the roses at the top because we're probably going to do some kind of pocket at the bottom here. So I didn't think about that on this side. So yeah, we could go up a little bit. And remember, the signature is going to be in the middle, so we're not going to be able to see these simultaneously unless we just pull the signature up and see them. So we could do something like that, and then add some torn paper here and here, and then that way that leaves us enough room down here for a pocket. Yep, let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to ink the edges of this. These came from my porch prints. They were a special gift from one of the many digital kits I have ordered from her. So I don't know which one it came from, unless it shows on there. No, it doesn't. Nope. So, sorry, I don't know what kit these were a special gift in at the moment. Y'all, my allergies are still just and it's not stuffy head anymore. I did have a stuffy head forever. Now it is just cloggy throat, like something is draining, and not to get yuck, but just cloggy throat. So I am constantly clearing my throat and constantly doing that in videos, and I try my best to edit out every bit of my clearing, but sometimes, you know what, I just got to get the video done. So if I miss getting a throat clearing, my word, throat clearing, if I miss one and don't get it edited out of the video, I so apologize, but just bear with me. I'm just trying to keep up with videoing while having a cloggy throat. But usually once fall gets here, my allergies are gone. It's just that ragweed keeps hanging around and hanging around. And I did some outdoor work over the weekend and helped with a situation in our backyard. And so I think it just all got clogged up again. And even though I do take Claritin on a regular basis, sometimes that just doesn't work. It just doesn't help as much as it should. And I know that I should have went probably for a steroid shot while I was so sick, or an allergy shot, whichever one. But I just am so leery of going to the doctor in this day and age. I just don't want to get anything else while I'm at the doctor, you know? And I know I'm not alone with that feeling. All right, so I didn't really mean to put those in the exact same spot. I got to chatting and just did it. So, pulled that down just a wee bit. I'm going to pull it down, try to maybe a little bit more. And then add a little piece of something up there at the top of that. To get some of that covered up. Yep, I'll need another piece too. And you could use Collage Podge if you want to. But I think just using some liquid glue is going to be fine. And then maybe, I mean, I do love to scrap bust, so how did you know that I was going to have some scrap busting in on this project too? Let's see. Ooh, I like that. So let's just ink the bottom of that and put some glue here over those crazy stitches. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And let that dry, and then I will come back and cut that off. Oh, me. I'm delirious, y'all. And I promise all I have in me is Claritin and coffee. So, nothing more than that. All right. And then, see, I'm okay with this showing because that stitch is not bad. And then most of this is going to be hidden once you get the signature in. I do want to go ahead and try to cover up most of this, though. That just is so wonky looking. Let's see about that there. I don't want to add too much right here because we're going to be adding that signature, you know. But if I were to do that, it would cover up that bunched up stitching. So let's do that. Just get all that hidden and covered up. Let's just do it that way. And add glue and add glue. There. And then we'll have to let that dry pretty good before we go to fold this back because we don't want that coming up. All right, let's see. Am I dry enough here? I think so. Let's get our sticky scissors and go ahead and trim that off. Oh yeah, I like that. And then ink that top there. Pretty. And then trim off this little doolally there. And ink that. Oh yeah, I like that. And let's see. Add that maybe, and some of this leaf paper. I like that. And let's see. Ooh, I like that too. Maybe this under that. Add that. Which, now that I think about it, I'm probably not going to need that because I'm going to be adding a pocket down here. But I will need something covering that. So I think I'll put that there. And then just do one little pocket down here. I don't know about doing anything else out here because we're going to have stuff in the pocket. So I think I will just add this. Here, and we'll be sure to have all of that covered up, and then I can make my pocket where it comes up to about right there and get all of that covered up. Let's smush that down good, get all the excess off. All right, I like that. I'm going to dirty it up just a little bit more because we are pretty dirty on the outside. So let's dirty that up. Okay, good, I like that. And now I need to figure out where I want my eyelets. And we'll need them to go at the 5.5 mark. That is the middle. So then get our crocodile and figure out how far back, because I want to use a wide eyelet. So let's look here at what color. I'm thinking I might go with this really goldy gold. I don't have too many projects that would actually go with, but with that mustard color, I like that. The other color I would tend to go with would be that. Ooh, I like that one too. Do I want it to stand out or do I want it to blend in? Decisions. Y'all, I think I'm still going to go with that one. It's crazy. I know. I never ever use those shiny gold ones, ever. Okay, so 5.5. And I'm just keeping it folded in half, and I'm hoping that my crocodile will just go through both of them at the same time. So that way I don't have to try and guess on the other. And then the eyelet's going to be like this. I want this, my horrible sewing, I want it to show around the eyelet. So I guess I will put it about here, but I don't want it so far over that I can't put what I want to on the inside. So let's push it a little forward. That's good right there. All right. And I'm going to make a mark, hopefully, maybe. Let's do it with something that will show up, maybe. There we go. Right there is where I want it. That looks like middle to me. And let's get our crocodile. And please, oh please go through all of it. All right, so I've got it on the big whole side, and I'm just lining it up with my blue mark. Whoa. And yay, it went through both. Good, good, good. I love it when a plan comes together. All right, so there is one eyelet right through. Good, good, good. And there is the other eyelet. Okay, so you can see the stitching outside of both. I'm good with that. Yay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set my eyelet. And let's see. I need, okay, I am using the A topper side, and I'm using the 4 bottom side. It has the little point on it, and then that one has the fatter male side on that side. All right. And then I'm going to lay flat as possible and squish down. Then come around and make sure, yep, we're set. Good. I like that. Very pretty. All right. And then the back side. And you just kind of squeeze until you get resistance. Yep. Good. We're through all the layers. And that's pretty much dry now. It might be a little bit still. Look at there. And it goes straight through. All you see is hole straight through. So you're good. Good, good, good. All right. And then I don't know that I will add it now, but let's look at what I've got as far as trims. Oh my, look at that. It's not chocolate brown. This one is, that might be like an espresso color. And then I've got that too. I'm liking both of them. What do I need to do, y'all? Oh, wait, let's see. If I fold this in half, yes, I have plenty. I like that one. We're going to go with that one. It's like an espresso. I want to say ick with an X. It's an S. Espresso brown. And I'm going to wad it up, wad it up, wad it up. I'm going to move my scrap bowl over. Wad it up, wad it up. And then I'm going to cut it in half. So we've got about 16, about 30 inches. Okay. And I am going to do great goodness, library knots in each. I think that's what I'm going to do. Or do I want to tie them? We will see how this turns out. Just kind of wadding it up and pulling it through and trying to get both sides through. Here we go. All right, and then getting it lined up. The loose ends through, and then I'm going to put the loose ends through the loop end. There we go. Ooh, I like that. All right, so loose ends are going to go through. Oh, and that one needs to be wadded a little bit more. It didn't get as much distressing done to it. Okay. Kind of twist those up, loose ends through the inside, and then loose ends through your loop. So you've got a loopity-loop in the back and a loopity-loop in the front. And then once you get your signature in there, I'll just set it in there to show you. Once you get your signature in there, and it's all good and chunky because you've added so much stuff to it, and then you're going to get these and tie yourself a little bow closure. I am really loving that. I love the color here, brings out the wording, and that there. That's very pretty. I like that. Okay, let's get these frayed ends off. And I'm going to probably put some no fray on the ends of these, just so that, I mean, I like a little bit of fraying, but I don't want there to be lots and lots and lots of strings. New strings every time you go to open and close it. So there is that. I want to, no, let's go ahead and do, I was about to say, do I want to go ahead and put in my signature? No. Let's go ahead and put on, what are we looking at time-wise here? Okay, I think we're still okay. Let's go ahead and put on our inside pockets. Okay, I think I will use this. This is from Simple Stories. It's the Simple Vintage Ancestry Life Stories paper. And I'm not going to use that side. I think I will use this side to make our little pocket. And let's see. I need it to be, let's go 5 1/4 wide, and then probably 2 1/4 tall. Yep, let's do that. So 5 1/4 wide and 2 1/4 tall. So let's go ahead and cut our 2 1/4. See how nicely that goes through on regular old cardstock? Yeah. All right, so 5 1/4. And then I want to cut off this side. So I need to leave it alone. 5 1/4. Right? Yep. There. All right, let's look here. Yep, I think I want that one there. And then this one to the back here. So we've got plenty of room when you're closing it up there, because I'm going to set my pockets pretty much all the way to the edge here, like so. Yep, I think we're good. So let's ink edges. And I'm not going to put a notch or anything at the top. I will do some kind of little decorating on the top of them, but I'm not going to do a notch. It's so low that everything we put in this is going to be tall. So you'll be able to access it pretty easily. Alright, I'm going to dirty it up just a little bit since it is so clean, and this journal is not. A little bit of dirtying up, okay? And then I'm going to get my precision little top and then make sure of where I need to put glue. Just around the 3 edges. Yes, good. All right, make sure your ribbon and everything is out of the way before you start putting it down. And then I'm just making sure that I can see just maybe 1/8 of an inch of that cover around the edge. And then I'm going to get my bone folder and really burnish that down, because it is going down over stitching on that bottom side. So you want it down really good. And I like when it bucks out some right there. That makes the pocket a lot easier to fill. Okay. Around on this one on 3 sides. I love that little precision glue bottle. And then same thing on this side, just making sure that I can see, whoa, about an 1/8, maybe a 1/16, I don't know, something like that, around. And I think this needs to come down a little bit and over. And I mean, I cut that off of the same exact paper straight across, so I don't know why this one looks a little taller than that one. Don't matter to me though, I'm good. So there is the inside. Super simple, easy peasy. Nothing major as far as decoration. I am going to find another rose and put it here somewhere. Look at there, how pretty. It's a one just like it, but it's a little bigger. So I'm going to ink the edges of that. And again, I need tweezers. I say that pretty much every video. And I still don't get them back from my beautiful daughter that borrows them constantly. I need to just buy her some. No, she needs to buy herself some. She's 17. And then I can have mine back. There we go. All right, so there is our insides. And let's see, maybe a few little clusters on these pockets and just kind of make it simple. That's right up my alley, making simple little things. Here's another little tiny postcard. I love that. Let's look here. We did something like, I like that. Out like this. Yep. Okay. Let's ink these. And these also came from that big bag of die cuts that Miss Betty Renfro sent me. Thank you, Betty. I like to fussy cut, but I just don't have time to fussy cut. And I know that Miss Betty is busy, busy, busy too. So for her to take out the time out of her schedule that she does to fussy cut for me and Mama and send us some of the prettiest die cut pieces I've ever seen is a blessing. She must love us a whole bunch. And she does. All right. Push that down. Get all of my excess glue taken up. And then I'm going to kind of do this one a little wonky. That one's straight on. And then do this one a little wonky. Little library card. Sideways here. And then this little label. Down that way, yeah, like that. Okay. And then these roses, of course, went with roses that we have out here. And that is from Miss Betty's Ledger and Lace collection. And we have more of her little roses there and there and there. So the roses on the inside go quite well with the rest of the journal. I love that. Okay, let's try and go ahead and get our signature in. And then for the next video in this little series, we will do the decorating of the pages. We will add tags and things for our pockets. And yeah, I'll show you how I'm going to do this little middle section as far as getting that glued and stuff to make a little pocket. But yeah, let's go ahead and try to get that signature in there. So I'm going to make myself a little template with a piece of just regular copy paper. Now, if you were putting more than one signature in a journal, your template would need to be a little bit wider. And that way, when you are going to fold it in a minute, I'll show you how I'm going to fold it. You would have to make more than one crease down the middle for all of your signatures. You'd have to do quite a bit more measuring. All right, so I've cut this 2 inches by 8.5 inches. So see, it fits right there in the middle of those pages. So I'm going to fold it in half. All right, and then you're going to unfold that, and then you're going to fold the other way. And then there is going to be your middle hole for your signature. Whee! Then you are going to, if you want to be very, very precise, you're going to measure from your middle dot here. So you've got about 4¼ inches there to there. So I'm going to make my top at 3.5, the 3.5 mark here. And then I'm going to make my next one at 1 3/4. 2, 1 3/4, 2. Let's see. Yep, 1 3/4. Okay, does not have to be precise, y'all. So then I'm just gonna turn it around here and do it at 3 1/2, right down that middle line, and then 1 3/4 again. Just making sure you get them pretty much at the same place. And then you're going to open up and you're going to get another bulldog clip, big jumbo paper clip, whatever you use when you are putting in signatures and such. And you're going to put your signature in there. Make sure that everything, see, it's not, so you're going to pull this up. Make sure that everything is in there exactly how you're wanting it and exactly lined up how you're wanting it. And then I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to put it over the top of that. Squish it over some. Okay. That is correct. That's how I need that. And then I already had, remember we put that in there before. And I'm going to get a smaller clip and put there just so that I can hold that little template in place. And make sure that we are flush to the back here. And there are going to be some that kind of stick up. I'm just going to get my ruler and kind of tap, tap, tap. And get those flush in there. And then if you need to move this again, of course, do that. Let's tap, tap, tap without that. Just tapping in the middle without that clip on there. And then let's put the clip back in there. See, it's just making sure that you're all lined up. Check it 2 and 3 and 4 times if you need to before you actually punch holes. All right, so I've got my paper piercer, my blunt needle, my wax thread, my little foam platform. Okay, I'm going to make sure that my ribbon closures are away. Make sure that I'm on top of my platform. And I'm going to go right through until I feel like I have went through all the pieces, and I still haven't. So I'm going to flip it over. We do have a rather thick cover, so there I come through. There I am. All right. Hold it back up. Place your template back, and then just go in on the crease of all of these and making sure you go through. I heard that one go through, so I'm good. I'm not turning it over. It's going through. Making sure you get through on all points. There we go. And then the last one. Okay. All right. Then you can take your template out because you don't want that in there. You don't want that one in there. And so you can use that over and over and over again if you wanted to, because most all of your journals are going to be half sheet journals like this one. So you can use that over and over and over. All right, I'm going to leave my journal like this, get my blunt needle, and I'm going to go about 4 lengths, 2, 3, 4, with my wax thread, maybe just a little bit more. I like to have quite a bit. So then, going to put it through. All right, I'm going to keep my things in place, holding that signature in place so nothing moves. All right, I'm going through, so my tail, move my ruler here. So my tail will be on the inside. I have seen junk journalers do it where they're tying on the outside. I like for mine to tie on the inside. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to leave myself about as much tail as I have page there. All right, and then I'm going to go up through that next one, right beside your middle. And if you have smaller pages in there, of course, be gentle coming up. All right, and then I'm going to go down into that top hole. This one is moving so smoothly. I love that. I'm going to tighten this up in just a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to pull up on that. See, we're tight there. Okay, now you need to make that join there. So go right back into that hole and try not to split your thread when you come back up. There we go. Come to the side of the thread instead of splitting the thread. Okay, and then we're going to pull tight, pull tight. Okay, so there you've got your 2 there that you're needing. Okay, and then instead of going to the middle to make that join, we're going to go down here to this hole that we made on the bottom of the middle. And we're going to pull through. Uh-oh. My middle wanted to go with it. No. Okay. And then just make sure that your middle tail that you started with is on one side of it, because when we come back up, your other one needs to come to the other side of it. All right. So we're through that one. Then we're going to go up through the top one. There we go. Make sure you get through all of the papers in your signature. And make sure you don't tie any of your ribbon through any of your signatures. Okay, pull that tight. Okay, and then you're going to go back through that hole that's to the south of your middle hole and make that join. Pull tight, and then back up through your middle and to the side of your thread that has your tail. So this is on this side of that middle thread, and so I'm coming on this side of the middle thread to get myself a good tight form. And then I'm going to lay flat and tug, tug, tug And then I'm going to open it up and make sure that I don't have anything too loose back here, and I don't. So see, we have the 5 points and all of them are joining, which this is tan thread, so it might be a little hard to see. Okay, and then we're going to move all of this out of the way. Go ahead and take our needle off and trim our thread to about there. See, I gave myself quite a bit of thread. You don't actually need that much, but I just like to have enough and not saying to myself, why did you not give yourself enough thread there? Okay, so square knot, left over right, right over left. Give yourself a good knot there, and then get your bone folder and kind of squeeze on that wax thread. And then I'm going to give myself a little bow for the middle. Some people just go ahead and cut that off. I just like the bow in the middle for some reason, some odd reason, I don't know. I just like the bow. So I'm going to leave myself a bow. I might come back and, you know, trim those tails off a little bit, but I like how that looks. And then take our jumbo paper clips off. And we've got that. We will be gluing just the edges here and probably inking around this a little bit and making ourselves the little pockets there in the middle. But once you get that signature in, you're going to be pretty tight. Just squeeze on your fold there. Beautiful spine. Love that. And we've got our signature in. Everything's looking good there. Go through. Make sure that you've got all your papers. And they are, it looks like. Let's get to this middle and make sure. Yep, we are good and sewn in. I love that. Love it when a plan comes together. And this is the right side up and that's the right side up. So that's another great thing. All right, so that is going to be it for this video. I know it was a little bit longer, but making a journal is not something you just do quickly. And I thank you for sticking around to watch all of it. It helps me so much when you watch the entirety of a video. With the YouTube algorithms anyways. It's just something that they do, and it helps if you watch for longer periods of time. So I love that. Not that I want to make all of my videos long. That is not why I just said that. Just even if I have a 20-minute video, it helps if you watch most of the 20-minute video. If I have an hour-long video, it of course helps if you watch the entirety of that video, just with the algorithms that YouTube has in place. All right, so I don't know that I'm wanting to cover up anything on that spine. I don't want to round my corners. I like how this is looking. I love our closure. That is so pretty. I love that. So next video, we will add some tags and things to our front and back pockets, and we will decorate pages. So I hope you can stick around for that one. I hope you come back for part 2, and I will try my best to just let that be part 1, part 2, and we will be done with this journal. And I think that's pretty quick to get a journal finished in 2 videos. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Bye, y'all.